Welcome back everyone, 𝘱𝘱𝘺𝘱𝘺 here, and in today's video we're going over the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm going to be telling you whether I think that Bitcoin is going to do better over the next few months or Ethereum is going to be the big winner. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the current price of Bitcoin is just over $57,000. This is a daily chart here. Daily chart looking like it could potentially pick up some steam, a little bit of strength this morning, a little bit of a pullback kind of once the stock market opened. We saw this support here at the 100 DMA. And so I had put on Twitter, someone asked like, what is the bottom going to be? I think I said like, what was it? 53,000. Let's just go ahead and look. If you want to follow me on Twitter, go ahead. I don't tweet a bunch, but tweets and replies. So right here, where do you think Bitcoin bottom is going to be? I said 53,517. If that particular bottom is in for the short term, we got a low of 53,327, so I was off by a couple $100 because I was anticipating Bitcoin to be held up by this 100 DMA, and that is the case. I would love to see this green moving average cross over the red. I think that would be a really nice bullish sign for Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and back up really quick to the weekly chart. So, couple things a little bit concerning here. I don't like this red 2 trading below the red 1. But what I do not want to see happen is this green moving average cross below the red, okay? I do not want to see that happen. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 12-hour chart on Bitcoin. So let's see, the high of this candle is 59,445. The high of this one is 59,249. So I would love to see Bitcoin make a higher high on the 12-hour chart and get above that. It just missed it by a hair, so I'm hoping that there's still a few more candles of upside and Bitcoin can make a higher high on the 12-hour chart. That would be a really, really nice trend reversal. So something to be keeping a close eye on there. So, I mean, you have a choice when you're in the cryptocurrency space and you're wanting to buy in. You can basically catch a falling knife, which would be, if you were buying in this range when Bitcoin made a lower low, you're kind of catching a falling knife. But if you look to buy into strength, you're not going to get in at the bottom, but you're more likely to be in a profitable position sooner. So, for example, I'm looking for a trend reversal if Bitcoin makes a higher high on the 12-hour chart. Just to give you guys an idea, I pretty much have all my cash deployed in a cryptocurrency. I was buying more heavy into Bitcoin, but as we get into it, I'll just tell you right now, I think that Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin in the next few months. So, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I talked about how in the month of, I think I said October, in the month of October, I was anticipating Bitcoin to outperform Ethereum. And I was making these predictions based on the 2017 charts, where basically Ethereum was trading sideways as Bitcoin was trading up in like October, November. And then what ended up happening was, from a percentage perspective, Ethereum way outperformed Bitcoin between then and the top of the bull market. So something to keep in mind there. This is a 4-hour chart here on Bitcoin. It did make a higher high, a higher low. So the 4-hour chart is already showing us that trend reversal. After looking at the 12-hour and how close it came in, I was kind of anticipating that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 1-hour chart here. 1-hour chart, let's see, has made a higher high. And then we want to hold the low of this candle. The low of this candle is 55,910. So I'd be keeping a close eye on that level. If Bitcoin makes a lower low, then we could potentially be seeing more downside. 30-minute chart here, looking good. Also want to hold the low of this candle, 55,910. It's kind of like a key level that I would be paying attention to and making sure that Bitcoin holds right there. Let's see, the 15-minute chart here. Technically, it hasn't made a lower low. So the 15-minute chart is still in a bullish posture. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart here. 5-minute chart is trending downwards. We'd want to see it go above the high of this candle to change the trend, which is 57,792. Want to be also paying attention to this. So if you'd like to support my channel in any way, I have links down below for Celsius, Nexo, BlockFi, all accounts where you can actually earn a very nice percentage on your cryptocurrency. Remember though, not your keys, not your coins, but I actually use these sites as well. So if you want to support my channel in any way, you can check out those links down below and you'll get a bonus and I'll get a bonus. I woke up this morning and crypto was doing well. Actually, I think I woke up at 2 a.m. anytime the markets are like really volatile, I can't sleep. It's like my body knows. It's like my intuition knows. I like wake up and I'm like, shoot, should I pull out my computer and start buying? So if you see here, after the stock market opened was when we saw a pullback in Bitcoin. So I noticed that crypto opened strong, but if you head over to S&P 500, it is down today. This is the 5-minute chart. It's been trending downwards since the open. So it kind of pulled down crypto with it as well. Eventually, we're hoping to see correlation. Like here's an example, okay. So my mom, who loves to talk about like stocks, like she just can't understand why. She can't understand why cryptocurrency is why she wants to know why is it correlated to traditional markets. She's like, two completely different things, two completely different assets. Why are they correlated? There's a very simple reason, and I tell her this every morning, but she just maybe forgets and asks the next day why they're correlated. 70%, I believe, of cryptocurrency trading is institutional investing. What does that mean? It's hedge funds. It's basically people that are managing big funds, institutional investors that are trading cryptocurrency. So they're also trading traditional markets. So that's what tends to happen is they kind of just like flow up and down together because the majority of the trading is coming from the same source. That's my personal opinion of one of the many reasons probably why they are still correlated. So like I said, S&P down today. So let's go back over to cryptocurrency, take a look at Ethereum, which I think is going to outperform Bitcoin in the next 30 to 60 days. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart here is actually looking much, much stronger than Bitcoin, okay? So like I said, on that Bitcoin chart, there was that red 2 trading below the red 1. That has me concerned, but not concerned to where like I think Bitcoin's gonna crash and Ethereum's gonna skyrocket. I just think that Ethereum is leading the way and that it's going to probably outperform Bitcoin. So weekly chart's looking great. If you remember the Bitcoin chart, that green moving average was heading downwards. It doesn't mean it's gonna cross over, but it's headed in that direction where you're seeing a lot more strength here on Ethereum. Let's take a look at the daily chart, making a higher high, a nice strength here. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying leading the way. See this green moving average crossing over the red? That's kind of what I'm waiting for on this daily chart here. So you could see that like Ethereum is maybe putting us in a position to be able to guess what the rest of the market's going to do. It's basically leading the way. So just an observation there. Taking a look at the 12-hour chart, like I said, Bitcoin was getting close to making a higher high on the 12-hour chart. But you can see here, Ethereum has already made a higher high on the 12-hour chart. A nice strong move there. So across the board, I'm sure we're going to see all time frames on Ethereum looking quite strong. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I knew this. I knew that the time was coming where Ethereum was going to probably start outperforming Bitcoin. First it was Bitcoin's turn. Now it's Ethereum's turn. And I'm kind of basing that off of price action that happened in 2017. And we're going to go ahead and take a look back at 2017 here in just a minute. So 30-minute chart trending upwards on Ethereum. I don't think has a 15 made a lower low. It did make a lower low. So maybe we're going to see a temporary pullback here on Ethereum. But like I said, Ethereum has then started correlating with S&P 500 as soon as the market's open. So that's kind of the situation there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and zoom out to the daily chart. I'm going to go ahead and put up the Ethereum chart from, let's see. So the top is the current, and I'm going to go ahead and change this to Ethereum, and then I'm going to change this to 2017, because if you've been here a while, you know I made a lot of predictions on Ethereum based on 2017 charts because there was a lot of similar price action, and it actually profited me a lot of money. So that's kind of why I always like to see what was happening. But this is the difference, is that I am really anticipating this cryptocurrency bull run to be very different than 2017. 2017 was just like whoop, straight up really quickly. And then it fell like, I don't know, like 80, 90%. A lot of, I guess you could say a lot of retail investors where I believe the cryptocurrency space has matured quite dramatically. We have more institutional investing. The market's just being taken more seriously. It takes a lot more to move the market. So I am anticipating a more drawn out bull market that's going to go into 2022. I'm anticipating more of a sustained increase of price over time, which is a good thing. I still think that we're going to see that parabolic move at some point, but I think it's going to be drug out over a longer period of time, which is good because that means you're building support on the way up. And I don't think that we're going to be as likely to see an 80 to 90% pullback. I think, during the bear market, we could still see a massive, massive pullback. But it's mainly going to be like, for example, we're holding these levels quite strong here in the $50,000 range. So, let's say the Bitcoin like grinds up, and I'm just kind of throwing out some numbers here. Let's say it just slowly grinds to like 150,000, and then it like, skyrockets like 200% in a short period of time. Then I think that like, for example, like when you look at the parabolic move, like that's going to be where there's a lot of room for the pullback and the correction. But, with the price action that we're currently seeing, I think the mid $50,000 range could be our new baseline potentially, but we still have a lot to see to make, that kind of an assumption. So let's see here. This is November 30th. Let's take a look at November 30th here back in 2017, which is this candle right here. And you could see here that, there was some sideways trading, but then there was this insane parabolic move. And let's look at that parabolic move from a percentage perspective. So as you could see here, Ethereum topped January 13th, 2018. Bitcoin topped December 17th. So when you want to think about like moving your money around, this is the thing. For example, I have like $400,000 in crypto loans, right? So I want to pay off the majority of that with what I sell in the coming months or the next year or so. The thing is this, I want to sell off my altcoins before I sell off like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like I want to preserve my Ethereum and my Bitcoin, and I want to get rid of my altcoins. Like those are going to be the ones that I want to sell first. But this is the thing, is that Bitcoin will probably top first, and then the altcoins are probably going to top after that. Could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months, but I think the similar thing's going to happen. One thing that really hasn't changed in crypto is the flow from Bitcoin back to altcoins, like that transition that goes back and forth. So November 30th right here showing some strength. Let's look at November 30th back in November 30th back in 2017. Let's take a look here. And like I said, this was a few days off. So basically November, some trading sideways. As you could see, like there was this pump at the end of November, but we just kind of traded sideways with Ethereum through the end of November. And then back in 2017, there was that sideways movement and then that massive parabolic run. So let's say that you take, like this low over here. So from like, let's do about a month. Okay. So about, December 13th up to the top. So that was about a 240% increase in a 1 month period of time on Ethereum. Okay, I don't know when that's coming, but that is probably the best indicator that you know that the top is in, that parabolic movement in a very, very short period of time. So although I've been accumulating a lot of Bitcoin, or like more Bitcoin, I've been allocating my US dollars into Bitcoin, I'm kind of regretting that, and I'm kind of wishing that I would have put more into Ethereum. I have considered selling some Bitcoin to go into Ethereum. I'm just considering it. And I usually consider something, and then I wait a few days to ponder on it. What's going to happen is that the opportunity is probably going to pass by, and it's going to be a little bit too late once I want to actually make that decision. So just to give you a general idea of what I'm seeing in the markets, and if I, like with the very small amount of cash, I pretty much deployed all my cash in, but I'm at a point where I'm like thinking about, I have like maybe $7,000 in stocks, random stuff, all in losing positions, mostly marijuana, a couple of like OTC penny stocks, and a few psychedelic stocks. Those are like long-term plays, but honestly, I've thrown a few $1,000s into them in the past like week or two. That was a mistake. I kind of regret doing that. I do regret doing that. I should have allocated that into cryptocurrency because I was catching falling knives. The trend had really not changed on those stocks. And I'm thinking about actually selling at a losing position and putting that into crypto. So another thing that I'm pondering on, just to kind of be transparent and let you know where my head's at. But I'm at a point where I was like, I thought about like buying a TV yesterday. There was like, at Costco, I don't know, a 65-inch TV for $550. I'm like, dang, that's a really good deal. But I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I could just buy Bitcoin with that and it's potentially going to double in the next few months, or Ethereum. So you know what, maybe I should like stop spending as much and just, I'm at the point where I'm just like, okay, I'm grabbing from every direction I have of the last dollars that I have to put into cryptocurrency. So the time is now. I mean, things are about to get crazy and you're going to have a lot of blessings in your life if you're holding anything substantial in cryptocurrency. So I'm excited for you and I'm excited for me, and we got a lot to celebrate coming up. So that is all that I have for you today as I go out there and create a portfolio that you love.